it's a roller coaster ride every day, which I enjoy. Listening is so important because they want to share so much.
So how do you select a right product for your children?
So I think we all are Google moms. I feel I love your baby forest lotion, the one you've launched. It's my go-to lotion for the children. But yes, I feel this gap of not having the right product for the babies is now being met with brands like yours.
My children has to be perfect in everything. Do you really think this is a right way of proceeding a thing as a parent?
So I feel you should ask your child to follow his calling, follow their calling and take it from there. Not pressurize them in all, like then he'll be or she'll be just jack of all trades. It is the inculcation that, is important. And then because you share that kind of a bond with your child, that friendship, they see you, they notice everything.
Parenting style can vary from person to person, and there is no set thumb rule of a right parenting. Hi, I'm Apurva from Baby Forest Ayurveda, and in today's podcast, we are going to discuss a right way of parenting and approaches, comprehensive dealing with raising a children, and the challenges which comes with that. We have a special guest today. She is an amazing mother of 2 kids, a well-known successful woman, and a popular fashion designer. Please meet Miss Nitya Birla. How are you, Nitya?
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm so excited to be introduced to this beautiful brand.
So Nitya, since you are a successful businesswoman, can you please share your journey with us, while working professionally and giving time to your children also, how do you cope up and manage the balanced lifestyle between your kids and your work and your responsibilities as a daughter-in-law also? Can you please share your journey with us?
See, you actually rightly used the word balance. That is the key to it, to be honest, because it is difficult. It is not easy. As a mother, you are juggling different roles. You're wearing different caps the entire day. You are at the time coordinating children. You're at the same time coordinating your workplace. You are making decisions for your child, for home, for family, for your business. So it is a difficult role play, but it's a roller coaster ride every day, which I enjoy. I try and balance. I try and tweak my work hours that when the children are at school, I give maximum time. That time is devoted to work, and by the time they are back, I am with them, understanding. They have so much to share when they are back home. So listening to them, as a parent, listening is so important because they want to share so much. And just try and balancing that is how the entire day goes by.
Nitya, अगर हम parenting की बात करें, so what I have understood, and since I cater this industry, there are 2 types of parenting which I actually came to know. One is a fear-based parenting, and second is like connection-based parenting. So what is your point of view? आपका क्या point of view है इसमें कि fear से क्या बच्चा सारी चीज़ें learn करता है या connection बनाने से बच्चा सारी चीज़ें समझता है, learn करता है? What is your call there?
अगर मेरे बच्चों से पूछोगे तो मम्मा इज फेयर बेस्ड पेरेंटिंग सो दैट इज व्हाट द किड्स थिंक ऑफ मी बट नो आई फील इट हैज़ टू बी अ बैलेंस अगेन ऑफ बोथ कई बार एक्चुअली फेयर काम कर जाता है कि कुछ चीज़ों में जब बच्चा थोड़ा सा आई वुड से रिजिड हो रहा है या I would say thoda ziddi is not the right word. I would say stuck on something. So you want to get the attention of your child in your way. And at that time, I think your input as a parent is tweaking that particular situation. And उस time पे आप gauge करते हो कि if the child is being very aggressive, then you just try and build that connect. And if you feel the child is being too given throughout the time, or you're listening to the child way too much, then they take an advantage of you, thinking that, okay, fine, my mom is going to listen to me anyway. So at that time, you need to bring in that fear, that every time you will not get those many hours of iPad or screen time. You need to cut down, with your time, space, and put that bar, where is the fear parenting and where is the connection based parenting. There has to be a discipline with your child, where the child knows कि मेरे को सिर्फ स्क्रीन खाना खाते टाइम मिल रहा है या मुझे सिर्फ स्क्रीन वो 2 घंटे के लिए दिन में मिल रहा है. सो अगर मैं मतलब होमवर्क करूँगा तो मुझे सैटरडे को मूवी लेके जाएंगे. So there has to be some kind of a, I would say, reward based
Incentives.
incentive based parenting also. So it is a good balance where you need to inculcate a little bit of fear with a little bit of talk time and connect with the child. At the same time, give them reward if they are doing the homework on time. So it's a good balance that you have to strike as a parent, which is also, as new parents, we also learnt it. It's not that we
Yeah.
were gifted with that, but yeah, we all see the situation and tweak it as a parent.
Yeah. So, Nitya, my next question actually derived from the same question only. Sometimes, like, you know, we feel that a child is asking for unwanted rewards and unwanted gifts. मेरे को यही गाड़ी चाहिए, मुझे यही उठाना है. At that point of a time, how you actually ask your children to be disciplined enough at the store that you should not buy this car or you should not buy this toy. आप unwanted demands को कैसे handle करते हो अपने बच्चों के साथ?
Well, that's true. You know, sometimes the child does get stuck. They want the thing at that time. You know, they want, it's want with a capital underline, that I want it. You know, it's, and I think at that time as a parent, we need to give them a secondary option, which I generally do.
Okay.
So I tell them, okay, fine, we'll get you this car, but today let's get this. And once we have the results in hand, or once we have, or XYZ, whatever you want to target, once we have that, then we come back and take this. Or you try and pacify the situation by giving a different bait, or, you know, distracting the child from that situation. So I think that would be, it has worked in my case, because I feel every parent is undergoing their own learning cycle. So in my case, that has worked, and it has led to actually, you know, coming out of that situation and resolving it in a better way, where you actually talk to the child and give them multiple options. Okay, fine, I like this too, it's amazing, you know, I think, yes, you're right, we should get it, but let's get this today, and, you know, we come back and get this tomorrow after you get me your math homework. You know, something like that, you put it. It has worked for me. So I feel as parent, maybe you can try it. It might just work it out for you. So you distract them and you pull them out of that situation.
Yeah.
So that is what has worked for me in these times when they have been actually difficult and embarrassing at a store.
Okay. So now, Nitya, like, you know, since we understand that it's sometimes we face a lot of challenges raising children, and it's our learning also, as you mentioned, like, you know, on a regular days we understand them, on a regular days we learn from them also.
Absolutely, yes.
I really want to understand, like, you know, I'm changing the topic right now over here, like, you know, from parenting to finding out right products for them, like lifestyle products, clothing, everything. So we grew up using all the masses product, like, you know, I do not want to name any of them, but the competition is too much over here, like, you know, as of now in Indian market. So how do you select a right product for your children, like, you know, when they were young, when they were infant, toddlers, how you find the right product for them, like, you know, what was your are you a Google mom, like, you know, you read all the ingredient behind the product, or you read every label? Like, what was your insights, like, you know, when you were curating the nursery for your babies, when you were curating, like, you know, products for your babies, what was your you know, insights, if you can share with us?
So I think we all are Google moms, you know, you can't take that away from us, but it has its own pros and cons, to be honest. But yes, our times, I would say, you know, the products, yes, you're right, they were massy products, and I wouldn't say the best for your child, but they were the only ones available. So people who had access would get products or import them. I still remember asking my friends to carry diapers for my child from wherever they are traveling back, or getting a particular kind of a product, you know, because it is 100% organic and natural for my baby. And because I had Googled it, and because I had studied it, and because I had read the reviews of it, I said, okay, no matter what, you just get me this, you know. And those were our prime at that time, because that was our main aim, to give the best to your baby who's come new into this world. There were less options at our times. Now I'm really glad that brands like yours are exploring and fitting that particular gap, you know, which wasn't there. And I'm very happy that the products are homemade, natural, organic, very, very baby friendly, as I would say, non-toxic. And yes, I feel it is important for this new baby, who's come into your life to be fed with the right products. You just cannot go wrong there. It's new skin, it's new exposure to climate, it's new exposure to atmosphere. You need to give the right product to your child.
So, let's talk about the products. As you mentioned that you are a Google mom, you asked your friends, to import products from US, UK, wherever they are traveling.
Yes.
So, what was your learning when you were asking them to bring out those products from London or from America? Have you ever find anything in Indian market which is according to you the best product for your babies? Or
I feel I love your baby forest lotion, the one you've launched. It's my go-to lotion for the children.
Okay.
I love the product. It's beautiful. It is so soft on the skin. My kids have grown up using it, so I love it. So yes, I learned that these products are way different from the Masi products in terms of quality, in terms of the reaction the baby gives to it in terms of skin, and they work. They work. So that is what is important.
yeah.
But yes, I feel this gap of not having the right product for the babies is now being met with brands like yours, who are coming into the market and stepping in and seeing that it is the need of the hour, that how a mother who's just delivered a new baby is helpless to find the right product for their new baby who's entered this world, and such a beautiful young soul.
Yeah, of course.
And it needs the right kind of attention.
Yeah. So how did you source your Rika mustard pillow, and did you make it yourself? You are a designer yourself, or how did you source that?
Well, I'm a very old school mom, to be honest. I'm very, very old school when it comes to raising my children. And I remember our times we used to have japas.
Yeah.
These are nannies who are very well trained, and they come and they take care of the baby. I still remember learning my first swaddle, how to wrap up the child from my japa. So I feel, yes, you're right. Rye pillow, or the ajwain sake that they give for the children, all this was new to me, and I was told that make your baby sleep on a rye pillow, or the barley seeds pillow or something. And I said okay, and I didn't know. And that's when my mom-in-law, my mom, the japa, they all helped me that okay fine, this is how you make it. It has to be in the softest of fabrics, and you stuff it in, and this, that. So we made it at home. It was a DIY. But yes, there was no brand which had it. So I feel, again, as I said, a huge gap. Mothers don't know how to make it.
Yeah.
And new age moms don't only listen to the pediatricians. They only want to follow what the pediatrician has told them. And so yes, I feel a good mix of, naturopathy, or I would say old school ideas, along with the new scientific, corrective methods to raise your child is a good balance.
Okay, Nitya, my next question is I can see that you believe in healthy lifestyle, as you have maintained yourself a lot. So how do you manage with your kids? Like when we talk about having a healthy lifestyle in today's scenario, they go to schools and it's a day boarding school, so you don't have to pack their lunch boxes anymore. But how about when they come back from the school, and how you treat them, that what kind of a right food they should eat, and the proteins, the spinach and mushrooms, how do you make them eat? How do you deal with this, because they don't want to eat healthy and green vegetables?
All kids, I tell you, they are just so fussy with food. But yes, I think this answer I will give the complete credit to my mom-in-law. She is the one who actually is one expert in the house who loves food and loves introducing food items to the children in a most beautiful way. In fact, I also wouldn't know that how her concepts are when she actually introduced these items. So like vegetables like ghia and pumpkin is actually introduced in pav bhaji, or you would see beetroot being used in vegetable cutlets, which is introduced in the burgers, because children like fast food. So then she's like, okay fine, you want fast food, you don't want to eat beetroot, otherwise fine, have it like this. So I would give the entire credit to her for making it so interesting and so healthy for my children, and also teaching me at the same time as a mom who didn't really know that adding kachi haldi for that matter for the immunity to their dal or to the meal which is like to the the vegetable which is yellow, they wouldn't know, and it would just add to it, so I think I give the complete credit to my mom-in-law on this one.
Okay, Nitya, let's talk about a few more tips and tricks on parenting. Since you are mother of 2 kids, I really want to know and understand, like जब बच्चे स्कूल से आते हैं, so we always give them a lot of pressure कि क्लास में फर्स्ट आना है, बास्केटबॉल में चैम्पियन बनना है, स्केटिंग सीखनी है, स्विमिंग सीखनी है. We always give them a pressure to learn everything, to be come first in a class, you should be on top of that. Why we never ask them आज स्कूल में क्या हुआ, what did you do, आज आपने किससे बात करी? So why is that, ये एक हम लोगों ने conservative approach क्यों बना के रखी है that my children has to be perfect in everything? Do you really think this is a right way of proceeding a thing as a parent?
No, I don't agree with it at all. I feel it's a lot of pressure, and having my own brother, I remember I have a sibling, and I remember when we never used to like it when my parents would compare what my brother would do or what I would do. So when you place yourself in that in that situation, you don't want to compare your children, and forget comparing your children to the other children. You don't want to compare your own 2 children together, because each child is different, each child is an individual. And I feel this pressure of coming first and marks nahi aaye and champion hi banna hai, all that, I feel it's just a lot of pressure on the children, and we are hearing so many scary stories around that I don't even want to promote that kind of a parenting. I feel you should let your child be, let them have fun, you have fun with them while you're raising them, enjoy this period, because there will be a time when you will sit back with your husband and you will be like, देखो अब रूम में भी नहीं आता मिलने के लिए, और देखो मेरा फ़ोन भी नहीं उठाता, बाहर चला गया पढ़ने के लिए. I remember my mom cribbing that look, your brother is not picking my phone because he was studying abroad and he had his own classes and his own time. And I said, जो time निकालना था वो अच्छा time निकल गया, and now everybody is in their own space. So I feel you should enjoy each phase with your child, be it the newborn, be it the toddler, be it like the school phase, even the college phase. I feel as parents we should not pressurize the child. We should let the children be and enjoy the growth, enjoy each phase with them, because there will be a time when they will be on their own, and then you will remember those memories you've built with them.
आपको मतलब आपके accordingly whatever time we have with them, we should
cherish it, enjoy it. This pressure of marks नहीं आए या तुमने spelling में एक गलत कर दिया या वो कर दिया, yes, of course, address it. Talk to your child about it. I'm not saying that your child should not study only, or your child should not perform only. But I still remember when I went to the school PTM of my child, and my son. So obviously my daughter and my son are 2 different individuals, so one is more creative, the other is more athletic, one is more emotional, the other is more practical. It's a beautiful mix of 2 different individualities I'm raising together. And when I went to the school, I think my son's teacher, she told me, this is good, he's average here, why don't you work on the handwriting part, the handwriting is too bad, and he's only concentrated in sports, he's not focused in art at all, he's not doing good drawing, he's just scribbles, he doesn't paint well, and then I came back home, I told my husband, and my very, very supportive husband, he goes and says, सब में ठीक थोड़ी, सब में A1 थोड़ी ना हो सकता है, so very rightly he put it, because it's, as a parent you put pressure on each subject, कि मैथ्स में भी ए आना है, हिंदी में भी ए आना है, इंग्लिश में भी ए लाना है, and the poor child is struggling, and then you have put him in extra classes, you put the child in swimming also, you put the child in dance also. How much will that poor soul take in?
Of course, there are only 24 hours में वो school and extracurricular activities.
Correct.
He's just a child.
So I feel, don't pressurize it. I think just I would say communicate, talk to the child. You know, like my child clearly told me, Mom, I don't enjoy coloring. You know, he told me. So I can't just tell him, no, join an art class. You have to. You know, you have to build it up. No, you can just push it till an extent. If he's not good at it, let it be. You know, Korean people, I really admire the way they actually push their child in one particular genre that they have found their, you know, calling.
Of course.
So, and that's why you see them excelling in whatever they've chosen. So I feel you should ask your child to follow his calling, you know, follow their calling and take it from there. Not pressurize them in all, like then he'll be or she'll be just jack of all trades and king of none. So I think we should just focus on where the child is enjoying, what is the passion, where the child is directing the life. Wherever you see the child growing, they will all be settled. Don't worry.
We should have a very genuine conversation with them,
Yeah,
understanding
communicate.
their likings and everything.
And in this world of digital space, I think we are not even communicating with our partners, forget our children. So
Yeah.
I think we need to begin communicating with them. And I think the best time to communicate is actually on their way back home. When you're actually picking your child up and in the car, the child sits and then you ask them, how was your day? And there they begin, I had a fight with this one, I had a match, I had this, I had that. That's your best time. You actually get all the possible information. And it's the best hour, I feel.
True.
Yeah.
Since you have mentioned that we are living in a digital space now, so I would like to understand that how you control your screen time, like, you know, for your kids. Do you allow them to use their iPads all day long, or like, you know, how you limit the time slots with them?
So as I mentioned earlier, I'm a very old school mom, very primitive. So my kids till they don't have a phone, and I want to avoid as much as I can. So yes, they have screens, because nowadays even some homeworks are link based or research based. So they need the screen to do their you know, homeworks or submit assignments that are MCQs or whatever. So in that case, then obviously they have the access to the screen. But I have made a rule that, you know, they will only get the screen till the time they're eating the food.
Okay.
So they get the screen in the afternoon, like especially on a weekend, because their lunchtime is in school more majorly. But they get it in the afternoon for lunchtime and then evening for dinner. Yes, I've tried to balance it by making it limited. I've not said no to them. I know, because there's also peer pressure where kids have their scores, they are discussing of a particular gaming, or they want to interact with each other over some, you know, Zoom meet or something. They want to catch up with their friends, and then they come to me and they're like, you know, I need my screen, you know. I give it to them, but they know that the hours are limited. And there I would say, I don't mind making it a fear-based parenting, because I would like to time it, and I would like them to know that there's a rule for it, because they cannot be sitting with a screen the whole day. That ain't happening.
You also have to control that what kind of a content is visible to them, like what they are scrolling, what they are curating. It's mandatory for parents to have a regular checks on there.
You have to supervise, especially when internet has so much information and a lot of exposure, including even Netflix for that matter. There is so many other varied topics that are being spoken about, and it's not that it's real. It's real world topics that are being discussed and being spoken about, but it's, you know, introducing them to those topics at the right age and the right time. That's why we need to supervise what they are looking. They're all growing and they have questions, you know. Some friend will come up with some word and they come back and ask you, what does this word mean? And you are completely zapped that where does the child know this word? So, you know, you need to bar it. You need to put a supervisor, you know, stamp on it that, you know, it is not, you know, as it says, parental guidance is needed. So I think I would give it to my husband there, who is very particular when it comes to, you know, putting those, you know, blocking a particular, you know, site, or, you know, access is not given to particular social media platforms. So we block those sites and we, you know, put them on sharing, like, you know, we put the access on sharing basis, that they cannot access those particular websites until the parent gets a notification or gets the information on Google. So I would give it to my husband there for that, because you know, sometimes you need like a little authoritative person to step in and to re-initiate what you have you know, put at home.
Supervision is necessary as
Important, very important. You can't invade their space. Yes, you give them their own time, which is their time with their friends or their time on the channel, and then you trust them. Of course, you trust what your child is watching and answer their questions. If a child is coming and asking you a particular thing, that be it, I would just put it like that, like once my child came and asked about a private body part, or once my child came and asked about a particular kind of an action somebody was doing, you talk to your child. Communicate, as I said, is very, very important, because they have questions, they are growing up, they are seeing things around them, they don't know. But making sure they don't pick up something wrong is better than you educating them with the right thing. You know, you telling them that this is what it means, this is what it is for, this is what this action means, is more important than somebody else giving them wrong information. So I feel don't invade in their space, but yes, supervise what they are doing. Just keep your ears and eyes open as a parent.
Of course. No, very well said, and it's a great learning. Nitya, I also wanted to understand, since I can see you, like, you know, you have groomed yourself very well. Like, you know, whenever I meet you, whenever I see you in events, whenever we meet, like, you know, you are always presentable. Do you really think that there is a peer pressure on kids also now, like, you know, to look well groomed in school and to look well presented in school? What is your call and what is your take when you talk about grooming for kids?
Well, it's true, it is out there, and you know, growing up, kids are getting particular. You know, they want to wear a particular kind of a thing, they want to wear a particular brand as well.
Yeah.
And they know, they have knowledge. Like, I think we have not produced kids, we have produced some superheroes with extra powers and energy. I don't know, we are dealing with them every day.
Yeah.
But as a parent, as I said, I am a little old school. Like, you know, I remember getting, obviously we have access as parents, you want to give the best to our child. So yes, I did get them some branded clothes and all, but till the time they couldn't read, I didn't call it that brand. I would call it like, okay, you're wearing that pink shirt. It would not be an XYZ brand name, or it would not be, but now they can read, so they know what they're wearing. But yes, I would never introduce them or throw brands at them, as I would say. I would, you know, there's a whole life for that. You know, they have access to so much, but I feel that it should be a balance of, you know, easy lifestyle. You know, they should understand that how they need to adjust in different situations. You cannot give them a so-called princess life throughout. You know, they will undergo different situations, they will have their own struggles, they will have their own tests, and they will have their own failures as well. You need to be beside them, not feeding them with things around. You know, I see mothers, they would go to school deciding which class my child would sit in because the best friend is in that class. You know, how much can you control? You know, as a parent, you need to have that, you need to let go. You need to let your child explore the situation, understand the situation on their own. Let them come out of it as a winner on their own, and then you reward them. That, oh, you handled the situation so well. So I feel throwing brands at them or spoon feeding them every time, or like if my child is coming to me with a project, I can help, but I will not do the project.
Of course.
I will tell them, okay,
they are on their own.
Yeah, you make the project how you like it, and then before leaving, then they are excited to show it to you.
Yeah.
That you told me to cut it like this. This is how I pasted. Is it fine? Is it fine? You be the supervisor. Don't be the doer of it. You know, like don't do it on their behalf. I say, let them explore. You know, let them grow into it.
Yeah. So, Nitya, you have a beautiful daughter. Like, you know, I've met her, and she's an amazing child, and she has long hair also. Like, you know, let's lengthen this topic of the grooming. Have you ever find herself, like, you know, taking care of her hair so much or taking care of her skin so much? Because grooming is just not only limited that what label of a brand you are wearing, since you are from South Delhi, or you are like, you know, a kid who is studying in modern school or somewhere else in American school. So, did you notice all these things, like, you know, changing changing in your daughter? Like, you know, she's growing, she's a growing kid.
So I feel grooming I feel grooming also comes with the fact that how you are introducing different products to your child and how you are educating the child with the right product at the right age and at the right time.
Yeah.
So yes, you're right. My daughter loves her hair, and unfortunately, she's got thin hair from me. So she every time she crips to her to my mom-in-law and to my mom, to her grandparents, that I have thin hair, I want long Rapunzel hair, I want long Rapunzel hair. And she goes to them. So I remember my mom making all sorts of concoctions at home, that इसमें सरसों भी डाल देती हूँ, इसमें मैं आंवला रीठा डाल देती हूँ, because she has a habit of applying henna. So she says मैं आंवला भी डाल रही हूँ, मैं henna भी डाल रही हूँ, you know, and मैं ये बना के cook करके भेजी हूँ, and it's the most stinkiest oil which comes home. And poor girl is applying because she wants Rapunzel hair. But I was so glad to have actually been introduced to Nani Champi, which is your brand, your oil from your brand, and it has everything what my mom puts, but it smells amazing and it is a good product, all organic, homegrown, and I think we love it. You know, she loves it, I love it. It's everything what a Dadi Ma's recipe would have, and I would say like a Nani Ma's, Dadi Ma's, both the recipes incorporated in one. It has 10 product, like 10 ingredients, major ingredients in it, and she loves it. She uses it, and it is working. It is really working. It's given her healthy, luscious hair. She's enjoying it, and she makes sure every Friday back from school she's applying and sleeping overnight in it.
Wow.
So I'm glad it's
She's
become
that
a part.
particular.
Yeah, because she loves her hair. She wants long, luscious, thick hair, and I think Nani Champi should be credited for that, and I think it's a part of her grooming routine now.
Oh wow.
So we are glad to have that.
No,
baby
we are
Farzan.
very glad, like, you know, you liked our product, because
Yes.
it's a well curated and formulated product.
Yes, it is natural, organic, something what, you know, we've grown up listening to our moms and Dadi Ma ki ye lagao iske balon mein, iske tel mein ye mila do, you know, all that, and the product is right in front of you with everything what they've ever said to you, all 10 ingredients in it. So I really would vouch for it, and I would, you know, also, you know, tell the other moms that it is a brilliant product. It has, like, personal experience, it has actually shown results. So it's a brilliant product.
Thank you so much. So, Nitya, we talk about grooming. Now let's talk about immunity. I would like to understand, like, immunity is a factor, like, you know, always mothers are concerned for their kids. Like, you know, whenever winters are coming, we tend to become so, you know, skeptical about the weather, and children sometimes they do not have that much level of immunity to face the weather changes. Like, you know, if you see from winter to summer, whenever the weather is changing, most of the times बच्चे बीमार पड़ने लगते हैं, उनको जुकाम हो जाता है, उनको बुखार आने लगता है. So have you ever faced these kind of challenges with your growing kids? Like,
of course, as a mother, you see it every change of season. There is allergic reaction. There might be, you know, they're falling sick. The immunity actually post-COVID, I'm seeing our children, they literally have very low immunity levels, and as parents we are all making conscious efforts, you know, in their food, in their multivitamins, and you know, different kind of processes that they are given, you know, the right kind of you know, immunity boosters, as I would call it. Like, I remember every winters our moms coming to us, isko amla do, haldi dalo khane mein, and stuff like that. And yes, we want to avoid as many medications. These are young children. We want to build the immunity rather than make them dependent on, you know, be it nebulizers or be it, you know, any kind of medication which is long term. So we want to avoid that. So I feel we should look at natural resources. And I remember whenever my child gets like a, you know, like cold or something, I remember my mom saying, you know, ghee maldo, nostril mein put a ghee, or, you know, ajwain se potli bana do ajwain ki, and do like tawe pe garam karke sek. So as I said, I'm a very naturopathy based mom, unlike my husband. So I would do those nuskas first, you know, the Dadi Ma's nuskas and Nani Ma's nuskas.
So immunity, grooming, ye bachcho mein, like, all these kind of things, like, you know, it's a part of parenting and upbringing. You are spiritually very much connected, Nitya. Like, you know, you yourself is a spiritual person.
Yes.
So how important is for parents now, like, you know, to introduce your children with some spiritual connects, like spirituality there, you actually allow your children to practice this. What's your call here? Like,
I feel it would be actually, yes, I'm a very spiritual mom and I like to celebrate spirituality in different forms with them. I also actually introduce, like I'm an Arya Samaji and I believe in the power of yagna. So every Navratri I actually try and do yagna with them, and I do like little bit of mantras, you know, because they're also learning Sanskrit, so it becomes an activity. Okay, find your Sanskrit word, you know, and then they end up learning the mantras with me. So little introductions, whatever I've learned from my grandmother, I try and pass it on. And it is basically an introduction of what you are passing on, you know, as your belief to them. Spirituality is a belief. You can actually you know, inculcate that and tell them that yes, there is a power you can actually pray to, and you can actually you know, take the energy from, you know, in life. So I try and take it as an activity with them. They enjoy it, you know. Okay, fine, we are lighting the fire. Okay, fine, we are using this product to light it, and so they enjoy it as an activity. And same goes for other festivals. I try and you know, include that in different festivities. You know, when it's Diwali, then you try and tell them that okay, fine, you tell them a story of Diwali, and then you tell them okay, fine, now you know, Lakshmi ji is about to arrive, let's light the diyas, you know. So it becomes an activity. Same for Janmashtami, you know, we always do that Panch Dhatu Snan, you know, with them, where we have all the 5 elements, and we do the honey and the curd and the, you know, ghee, uska sara snan karate hai. So they enjoy that. It becomes as a part of the activity. They learn about Janmashtami with that. You know, we do the little snan to the Laddu Gopal. They like to dress, you know, the little Laddu Gopal ki murti, and you know, then they try to feed the you know, little elements. So I try and take it as an activity with them, which they enjoy. And then they learn with that.
Of course, through activity, gradually unko mythology ke bare mein bhi learning
they end up learning. Then they go back on YouTube. No, mom, you were saying that ye hua tha, but ye nahi hua tha. Because also the school is also introducing them to the Ramayana, to the
Mahabharata,
you know, Mahabharata, to different stories of Krishna. They are learning about Akbar, Birbal, you know, all these you know, figures they are getting to know of. So when they are introduced to that, you know, with an activity based thing which is in front of them, you know, like if they are learning about Diwali, then they obviously have to learn the history of how
it becomes fun for them.
So then it becomes fun for them. It becomes like an activity. Then they are like, okay, fine, मैं extra दिया जलाऊंगी तो मेरे को extra money मिलेगा. I said, okay, fine, you do that. So we try and incorporate that as a element of activity, like it's a very Montessori approach again of parenting. So I try and introduce that as an activity so that it's not boring, and they at least learn with it. So that's how it is. So I think yes, spirituality is important, and it is basically a belief in energy that you are forwarding to them, instead of actually teaching them about different religions. It is basically about making them believe in a strength, and it could actually be a strength within. You know, they could actually be looking at energy source, you know, through that. So I feel it's important.
No, it's completely true, and I couldn't be like, you know, I second you in there. Okay, so when we talk about parenting, Nitya, like you are a super mom, you are playing such vital role, like, you know, in upbringing of your children, and sincerely, like, you know, mothers are more reciprocate towards their children, and they want to do everything for them, be it their school selection or their extracurricular activity selection. How important, according to you, is a father figure role? Like, you should have that kind of a limitation with father and children bonding, or what do you suggest, and what's your experience, like, you know, while raising your children? How important is father when it comes to maintaining the discipline or communication with them? What's your take in there?
हमारे time पे actually daddy was the father figure. Like he was authoritative, and we would have limited communication with our daddies, I remember. And we had that little, I would say, a bar to reach your dads. It was always a very authoritative figure. But I feel in today's time, as parents, it is equally important to have a supportive husband. I'm blessed with one. He's a hands-on dad, and I feel the communication he has with the children is something which is friendship, you know, and I enjoy to see that. I cherish that because I sometimes, when I'm not able to communicate to my children, he does that on my behalf. And we have a very beautiful balance because both of us are working, and my work has erratic hours. It you know, is very demanding when it comes to approvals and, you know, design approvals and design related decisions,
Your timelines.
and the timelines, the deadlines that I have to match. And when I am unavailable, he takes up, you know, he covers up for me, and he balances it with the children.
Yeah.
And the children love to tell stories to him.
Yeah.
The ones they want to tell to the daddy, and then they have different stories to tell to the mommy.
Yeah.
And then both me and him then sit and we tally the stories. Are they same or not? So we share that beautiful friendship connect with the children, and I feel in today's time as parents, we should have that kind of a bond with children. I think that authority, yes, is important. As a daddy, they should know that he's the final command, or his permission is important. And I'm actually blessed to live in a joint family setup where I have my in-laws and their support. So we try and build that hierarchy. There's an underlying hierarchy which my children know. That tomorrow if they have to go on a school trip, they have to forget my permission, they have to get their dad's permission and their granddad's permission.
Wow.
And then be able to step out. So whenever there are friends coming over, then they know that, okay, mama, you make these arrangements, but yes, I will ask dadi and I will ask dadu also.
Yeah.
So they need to know that respect for elders, which has to be inculcated in a very underlying way. Like even today, when they leave for school, they will touch their feet, go to the temple, and then leave. It's a protocol that has been set since day one.
Wow.
So they would, like when they come back, the first greet to their in-laws, like to my in-law, the grandparents, is touching the feet. And this actually, they saw my husband doing that to them.
Wow.
So, and then he said, okay, you touch Dadu's feet. Why? You know, he asked, my son asked, and he said, it is my way of saying hi to my dad, because I bend down and I learn from him every day. I bow myself and I learn from him. And they said, okay, and then they learned it, and then they started doing it. And I'm very happy to have inculcated that in them, and every morning, every evening, whenever they greet them, it is the first thing they would do.
Very nice.
So it is the inculcation that, you know, is important. And then because you share that kind of a bond with your child, that friendship, they see you, they notice everything you do.
Yeah, like children learn from their parents.
Correct.
Only.
You are the idols for them. So if my husband is doing a particular thing, be it if he's playing cricket or he's playing sport, then my child would also want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got a bat, where is my bat, you know? And so I like that, you know, it's a friendship that is being, you know, that is growing together.
Yeah.
And there is an underlying respect, you know, involved. And I think as parents today, we need to have that respect button, yes, but it cannot be authority. Like how we grew up, we had that fear of saying things to our dad and, you know, of speaking out our hearts, and it would go via the mother channel. But I think now as new parents, I think in modern age, it is always nicer to have a friendship between your child. And it should be from both ends. And I'm grateful to have my husband as support there.
No, it's such a nice thing to hear. Like, if I decode it, like, you know, you have a beautiful friendship-based relationship with your children is equal to positive parenting also.
Yes.
Because you have, like, you know, filled that gap of the communication. Since you've become their friends, they start talking to you more, they start sharing more.
Correct.
And फिर वो एक positive impact देता है आपकी upbringing में भी.
Absolutely. Like it is, you know, you need to know when to say no. Like if today my child is saying, okay, can I apply nail paint? So I say, okay, you can apply, but not on the weekdays, only on weekends. You know, you give them an option. Don't say no. Like I read it somewhere, you know, the more you say no, the more they will do it. So don't say no to them, but yes, give them a secondary option. Like as I said earlier, that if he's liked a particular toy and is so hell-bent on that toy, don't say no to it. Just say, okay, let us check some options around and then come back and buy it. And by the time you come back, he's already forgotten about it. So there's a way of molding that situation. So I have had these situations where they're like, oh, can I straighten my hair?
Yeah.
Or, you know, can I get nail paint on? Because she's growing up now, she sees things around, and
Yeah.
YouTube, thanks to YouTube,
Yeah.
we see makeup all over. So she would come back to me, oh, can I apply blush on? We're going for a dinner, can I apply blush? So I say, okay, let's not apply blush, let's just do one thing, let's take a little bit of beetroot and just rub it here, you
Wow,
know.
yeah.
So we try and, you know, you try and play along, you become you become a part of their role play.
Yeah.
So it's just the way of balancing it. I feel that is how it works.
Yeah.
You know, because you're doing their thing, but you're in your own way. Like you're giving them the beetroot, but in the form of a burger tikki.
Yeah.
So
Or in the form of a blush
or in
also.
the form of a blush on. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like how you're bringing you're doing your checklist, but you're also doing theirs.
Yeah, it's such a nice thing to hear. Like, you know, you are actually teaching them, you are giving them all good things, like, you know, in terms of learning.
Yeah.
Why not use this, why use this, value of time, value of money. So it's a very good thing to hear and to understand this.
Yes.
So finally, Nitya, I would like to know, what do you say about the brand Baby Forest?
My most favorite part about the brand, which I completely admire, is the fact that you have labeled your products with Hindi names,
Yeah.
like Nanhi
Champi,
Champi, and then there is
Dular Pyar,
Dular Pyar,
Khilta
and
Mukra.
Khilta Mukra, which my son loves. I feel these names are so relatable to the Indians all over the world,
Yeah.
who have heard these terms while they were growing up,
Yeah.
and have been looking at these solutions in their own homes, but were not getting the access. So today we have the product straight from your grandmom's recipe, right in a bottle, packaged by Baby Forest for you. So I feel that's amazing, and it's the most beautiful thing which I came across in your brand. And also the fact that you have such brilliant gifting solutions, which is sustainable, organic, homegrown,
Yeah.
and something so perfect to give to this newborn who's come to our lives, you know. And for any mom, you know, any mom would appreciate it, you know, something which is so natural, organic. I think you have something called the Sneh
Yes,
Sandook,
Sandook, yes, that's
which
for-
is this huge box. I think I gifted it to one of my friends, and she specially called me after a baby shower that it's the most useful gift you've given to
Yeah.
me, because it has all these beautiful products done by you guys, which is completely organic and useful, you know, like
Yeah.
she used it on her baby, so you would want to give something which somebody would like to use, right?
Of course.
And I think that sandook, how beautifully again you've named it in Hindi, and it is actually a sandook which has actually the curation of the best products, which your child would experience and require, and coming straight from those traditional recipes and organic and baby friendly.
Yeah.
So I think you have some brilliant gifting solutions as well, and these are my two favorite things from the brand.
Thank you so much, Nitya. Like, you know, it was such an insightful conversation with you,
Thank
and a valuable experience you have shared with us.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed this conversation. I hope you liked it too.
So did I. I truly enjoyed myself being here, and kudos to your brand and to the entire team.
Kudos to you also, and we look forward to meet you very soon again, and we'll discuss more about parenting. And if you have anything, like, you know, further to share with us, we'll host you once again.
Absolutely. It's a new home now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nitya. Pleasure.